Let's move on to another 1 p.m. start. We're almost on the 1 p.m. games here. New Orleans Saints at Carolina Panthers, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. We don't know if this game is going to play. Let's see if it's even on the board right now if you wanted to bet it. And it is still on the board. You can bet it right now with the Saints as 3.5-point favorites. 3.5-point favorites. So let's see what the market has done with the COVID issues surrounding the New Orleans Saints. They've done nothing. Open at 2.5, now at 3.5, and we'll go over all the COVID issues because it's mostly coaching staff at this point. This total has gone from 46 down to 44. And let's take a look at the cash flow here in this spot. 6,355 tickets in. 33% of the tickets are on Carolina, and now 57% of the cash. I would imagine that that's gamblers thinking, oh, I think I can get an edge here betting against New Orleans when more announcements may be made of losing players due to COVID. And then we have 59% of the tickets on the over and 93% of the cash on the over, but it's moved from 46 to 44, and I can't tell you when they bought in, but 44 seems like a pretty low number. Saints are a giant question mark. So this 8 players are on the COVID list, 6 offensive coaches, 1 player, and a nutritionist. The player is Michael Thompson, who's, physically unable to perform this, and he can't come back to week 7 at the earliest. That's after their bye week because of the ankle issues. So now mandatory masking inside facilities, daily testing, no in-person meetings, and only grab-and-go meals. That's the situation for them right now. And Sean Payton already told us in the offseason that the team's coaching and personnel staffs are 100% vaccinated. So it takes some of the luster off of the spectacular 38-3 win over the Packers in Jacksonville. I was on the Saints -4 and on the Saints team total over. Winston looked so in control, and he's just different. He's completely different after watching Drew Brees for a year. This is his comment after the game. He says, Drew always preached, it's about the decision, not the result. I was like, Jesus Christ. Is that the guy who's eating W's and stealing crab legs? This is a different guy. And he's ready to – he looked so in control. 14 of 20 for 148 yards and 5 touchdowns. The Saints did not punt in the first half. Deontay Harris, 2 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown. Juwan Harris, 3 catches for 21 yards. 2 of them were touchdowns. Alvin Kamara ran 20 times for 83 yards. You catch that, Bebsie. Tony Jones came in 11 carries for 50 yards. And how good is this Dennis Allen defense? We don't know yet, but god damn, did that defense look good. Panthers opened their season with an underwhelming 19-4 win at home over the Jets. 16-0 at the half. I cashed the first half. I lose the full game because I betted at a terrible time. Darnold was 24 for 35 for 279 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. McCaffrey was back to being the most exciting player on the field. He ran 21 times for 98 yards and caught 9 passes for 89 yards. DJ Moore looked very good, 6 catches for 80 yards. Robbie Anderson only made 1 catch, but he took it to the house for 57 yards. Shaq Thompson was all over the field. My God, 10 tackles, 1 sack, 3 passes deflected. They put up 6 sacks, but was it the Panthers' strong pass rush or the Jets' terribly weak offensive line? The Panthers dominated the first half, let the Jets back into it. It was 16-0. The Panthers had out-yarded the Jets 272-82 after the first half. They lose Miles Hartfield to a wrist injury, and he's going to be out for an extended period. And that hurts their secondary because Bouye is still out on suspension. So I know there's a lot of moving parts here, Bebsie, with the Saints and COVID, but this is still on the board waiting to be bet. So take it away, Saints-Panthers.
Okay. I'm betting the Saints here because I really think, listen, this is the NFL. They early in the week last year when they had COVID issues, I'm talking about the NFL, not specifically the Saints. By and large, they got it done. Now this is another year where people are vaccinated. It's not going to last as long. I do believe a lot of these players are going to be cleared before game time, and this line is going to move in favor of the Saints. So I'm betting the Saints now. I wish I had the stones to bet them last week because my gut said them. I talked about it on the Tuesday show. I was like, this This team is getting no respect because Breeze is gone. I didn't think losing Breeze was a big deal. Drew Brees was not the player he once was for the last couple of years, especially last year. He was terrible last year. And I don't know. This is a different Jameis. We talked about it last week. I have faith in Jameis. He's proved that he can play well. But is it as simple as laser eye surgery? Could he not see before? He's matured, obviously. You can hear it the way he speaks. He's not telling people to eat a W, which is still the worst pep talk I've ever heard. But yeah, I believe this Saints team right now, top to bottom, they are so much better. Carolina squeaks by a Jets team that is new coach, rookie quarterback, dealing with a ton of injuries, and started out not very good. They squeak out that win. This is a Saints play. Chris McCann saying got him at -3 last night. Yeah, that line's going to move a lot towards the end of the week, I believe. So now getting in on it now is the way to go.
Josh Benedict says best bet was under 47 on opening line. Yes, Bet Online opened it at 47. Other books didn't, but Bet Online comes out first. They're not scared of that. Wow, this is interesting. So full game for you, Saints -3.5. Is that the move?
Yeah, and apologies to Trusty. No disrespect to the great Drew Brees, but he was not good last year.
-3.5 at -105 is the best bet available for you. Bebsie -3.5 at -105 for the Saints, and you are in business. And market moving towards the under. Josh Benedict saying the best look was at hitting that opening line at 47. And then on the other hand, you have Schnizzle saying, he's on the over 44.5. Ski Profit loving the look. And it makes sense to me. But I'm going to just sit back and watch at this point. I just want to get a little more information on all this COVID stuff. But it makes sense. The move makes sense. And Dennis Garcia not on the other side. Dennis Garcia is saying, where is it? He's saying, my line came NOLA -1.5. He says, I might bet Carolina. Birdie says, I like it, Bebsy. Gerald Jones liking the under. And Robert Land is on the Saints as well.